We could show you some cool AI-generated effects. We could show you some cool hyperlapses and visual effects. We could show you something you've never seen before. I mean, I guarantee it. But honestly, that's not the real. Connections, that's real. The grind, that's real. The love, that's the realest. The real is what makes the Act Accelerator different. And the real is what makes our founders different. We could show you some cool AI-generated effects. We could show you some
Cohort 5. Cohort 5. I tell y'all, watching these founders day in and day out, it gets more and more difficult to see them go. But, thank you. But seeing all that they will achieve, all they'll become, and all that they'll do makes everything worth it. I could stand here and give you all 1,000 adjectives. I mean, I don't really know that many, but I could give you all a lot of adjectives to describe them, who they are, what they've done, who they will be. But what better way to introduce the founders than to have our fearless leaders and our MD introduce them? So, without further ado, I have the blessed honor of introducing our fearless leader and the master. And when I say master, I mean the master, facilitator of human potential. And that is none other than my mentor, my brother, and my guy, Dominic Orders!
Man, give me it up for Jordan. Funny enough, I think a lot of people actually come to Demo Day to see the founders, but particularly in the beginning to see like what Jordan is going to cook up as far as an intro video. It's like you never know what's going to happen. Particularly, I don't know what's going to happen. I looked at him today and I was like, "How you feeling?" He said, "I'm Gucci." So that was the indicator that the video was going to be great. So anyways, welcome to Demo Day. I'm so excited to see this packed house, this packed room. Our 5th cohort in Notion Coffee Shop. Can we clap it up for Notion? So usually when I actually tell the story or like provide introductions, I start off with like how this started, everything that's happened, from the conversations early days in 2020 with our program partners at I2E, to the long journey that we took to raise the capital to actually make it happen, all of that. But I wanted to just take a different approach because this is our 5th cohort of Fund 1 in our Accelerator Fund here at Act House. Also, this fund started in 2021 in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which is amazing and exciting, right? Can we clap it up? So also, too, if you haven't been to a Demo Day, don't feel afraid to like clap, yell out. It's a very communal event, all right? So like, don't be shy. It's all right. It's all good. So, but I actually want to provide you all a little bit of what we see on a consistent basis here, right? So we've had 5 cohorts, but when you think about like a lot of the founders that have gone through these cohorts, what we don't think about is the missed opportunity that's outside of these cohorts, which are all the other startups and founders that are actually applying to the Act House Accelerator. And that number is 972 over 5 cohorts. All right. Can we clap it up for that? But I would say the interesting thing about this number is where these founders are coming from. There's roughly about 23 countries represented within the applications of the Act House Accelerator, which is pretty exciting. I remember we got our first application from Nigeria. I was like, what the heck is going on, right? And as we continue to do the work with founders, that word started to spread. So 23 countries represented within applications. 11% of those applications have come from overseas. So when you think about what is actually happening here, the global opportunity that is very present, that's being built right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, is pretty exciting. And it lets us know one thing. And my good friend Trey Thaxton, in his words, Greenwood is everywhere. And that's a beautiful thing. It's a real beautiful thing. But let's talk about these companies. 45 investments over 3 years. 3 years. 3 years. So if you think about going from 972 applications to going through the due diligence to actually pick 45 companies, 8 to 10 in each cohort, it's pretty challenging work. So our team has been doing the work, but more than all, the founders have been doing the work. But here's another beautiful thing. As you all know, our Accelerator fund is a non-equity fund. We take 0% interest and 0% equity. And if I don't hear any founders celebrating for that, I can gladly hop on your cap table. Page 8, section 15 of the contract that you signed. But the beautiful thing about this is that when you think about what's happening within the market of venture and the ecosystem, there's a family and friend round that's not necessarily being met. And we're meeting that family and friend round. But here's what the founders are doing. They're returning it back. So when you think about 10 out of 45 companies that have triggered that investment, that's roughly 22% of Portco investments returning back into the fund. Now, if you understand average of where most VC firms are roughly about a 12% to about 19%. So that means that we're doing roughly well. 2% better. Just 2% better, all right? Additionally, there's 3 more companies that will be returning over the next 3 months, which is also very exciting. And you all will hear from some of them tonight. The founders are hype. I love it. Another thing that's pretty interesting, too, is that 45% of our Portco companies actually reside here in Tulsa. As you all know, in the Act House, we started off as a co-living incubator. What did that mean? Innovators lived in one house to create one startup in 1 year. As we began to evolve over the years, one thing that stuck with us was our people placemaking model. And so 50% of the investments that we make out of our fund are actually in startups that are based here in Tulsa, Oklahoma already. 50% are moving from outside, but 45% of our portfolio companies are actually still here in Tulsa, which is great. But here's another staggering thing. Those companies have actually created over 126 jobs. So when you think about the brilliance and the innovation that is actually taking place, it's happening right here in Tulsa. They're expanding. They're growing. They're doing what's necessary. They're taking tough feedback. We always say this, it's like a running joke internally, but I think we've said it publicly before. The terms are friendly, but we're not. And what I mean by that is it's a pretty tough accelerator. You know, you got to sweat, work, the grind. As Jordan affectionately showed you all, the real. Another interesting thing about these companies is that they've raised an additional $14 million in follow-on capital. Now, for those who do not understand what that means that our founders have went off, raised funds from other venture capitalists. Some venture capitalists are actually in this room today. You're welcome to the VCs. Thank you for feeding off of our due diligence. But nonetheless, it's an ecosystem that goes round and round, and that's the beautiful thing about it. So the family and friend round, this idea, this notion of how can we actually meet in the middle with a $70,000 check at 0% interest, 0% equity, and it says, go be great, go be brilliant. But just bring back that money. And what's happening is that founders are feeling that energy, and they want to continue to keep it going. So, a couple of announcements real quick. One thing that we did on this stage, I think roughly about, it was Cohort 2 or 3? Cohort 3. I got up here and I was looking at the camera and I felt all the juju and all that good stuff. We call that, Jesus and all that. But anyways, the interesting thing about Tulsa is that, like, our company is from Florida, but we moved a third of our company out here originally. And back in Cohort 3, I announced that that we would be headquartered here in Tulsa. So I want to show you all just a quick update on what's happening in that regard.
A single block, layered upon the concrete. A single block of possibility, layered upon the concrete of possibility. This is where our story begins. A single step, filling the room with dreams of the future, emerging from every neighbor, from every hood, stitching together a mosaic, a fabric of stories under one hood, under one roof, on one block, where the 6 may come with the 2, only to conclude its day at 5 like the sun, but only to arise again like Detroit from its ashes. The block is 625, a gathering for misfits, creatives, and collaborators, building the innovation of tomorrow and the future of today. A single block.
So, with the beloved help of a lot of friends and a lot of partners in this effort and work, as you all know, we closed on the building in 2022. That was actually built 1 year before the race massacre in downtown Tulsa. 20,000 square feet, all brick building. It was actually set up under the ownership back then of a title company, like land title, housing title. And everybody knows what was going around in that era and in that time. And so it's cool to kind of reclaim some of that history in a unique way. But we're excited to share that the block at 625 has received its funding. After a good long journey, and it's going to launch January 2025. I messed up my slide. You guys can see that, right? Great. It happens. But I do want to talk about one key thing here. You guys know what that B represents in the room, right? Everybody want to shout it out? I think we can do better than that. Great. So, Building Tulsa, one of our LP partners in our Accelerator Fund, I think one thing I will say I enjoy about most of our LPs in our Accelerator Fund is that we get a chance to collaborate on a real human level. And Ashley and I gathered together and started scheming and thinking about the ecosystem and all this good stuff. And we thought about how can we continue to fill the gaps that are present within the ecosystem, continue to fuel innovation amongst Tulsans right here in Tulsa. And so as we thought about that, we decided to reach out to some amazing people, off the record, by the way, for everybody's in the room. But nonetheless, we reached out to some amazing people, and they got a sense of the land in Tulsa. They met a lot of innovators. They met a lot of founders, loved what was happening, and decided to come on this long, wild journey with us. And as no other than probably one of your favorite stores, Target. So in a three-way partnership to actually begin to fuel innovation within Tulsa, to begin to change multi-generational wealth, we have decided to collaborate, move forward, and create new things. And one cool thing that Target is actually partnering in is the Bullseye Media Lab right there at the block at 625. So as we continue in a lot of the great work that we've been doing outside of the Accelerator, just want to give you guys a quick update on what's happening. Everybody knows about our 24-hour Innovation Bootcamp, BDX? Man, and it is really 24 hours. It starts at 4 p.m. You don't leave to the next day at 4 p.m., right? And you really test your mind on a whole nother level. We've been doing that programming here in Tulsa, which has been fueling a lot of other founders, a lot of teams, which has been great. But it's also getting around the horn, right? It's moving around the nation. But but it all is undergirded around our ACT team model, okay, around architects, creatives, and techies. So we went down to Miami this past December, did a Build a X tour with our partner Tech Equity Collective, a Google initiative, and had an amazing, amazing time. And another beautiful thing is that we'll be opening up Atlanta Tech Week this upcoming June, right in Atlanta, Georgia. As I said, Greenwood is everywhere, and it continues to grow as we continue to grow. But here's one thing that's pretty interesting. Our assessments, our human due diligence, is what really begins to fuel the work that we do on a consistent basis. Over the past year and a half, we've had roughly about 3,000 people take our proprietary ACT team model assessment. And it's showing true. Founders are asking for it to hire. Corporations are using it. VCs are using it. And it's happening in a real cool way. It's our path of human due diligence. It's our approach to how we think about team design. But most importantly, how we think about cohort design. And at this time, I have the privilege and honor of bringing up one of my good friends, one of my fierce collaborators, Malachi Blankenship, to talk about Cohort 5.
All right. First and foremost, give all glory to God for even putting us in this position to be able to serve people the way we do. It truly is a blessing and an honor to do this. I want to acknowledge a few people that are special in my life. My kids, Barrick and River. Also my lovely wife who is here, Rachel. Many of you know that the life of a startup never stops, right? I've been a founder before. My wife has dealt with that. But now she's dealing with me managing a whole cohort of startups. So stop, physically just doesn't exist. Whether it's 2 a.m., 6 a.m. in the morning, doesn't matter. It doesn't stop. So I'm very appreciative to you and helping me set needed boundaries and just getting 2% better every day with everything I do. Dom always likes to thank the team. I want to thank Dom. Dominic, artist. Jordan mentioned this as our fearless. But to do the work we do for the founders we do and the way we do it and create this whole ecosystem of support takes somebody that's just insanely talented or just insane. And that's Dominic. And so thank you. It's an honor to strap up, get in the trenches with you every day and do this work. I also want to thank some other people, because before all those stats that you just heard and the impact that was created, we had to pitch this dream to investment organizations to believe in us. And if it wasn't for them, none of this would happen. So I want to thank our Accelerator Fund partners, Tom Bilkini and the Bilkini Family Foundation, our first believer. I want to thank Build in Tulsa, as you guys heard, Ashley Sims, one of our fiercest advocates. I want to thank, clap it up. I want to thank the Koretz Family Foundation, Tyler Koretz and his whole family. They've been phenomenal since day one, amazing partner to work with. And we also wouldn't be able to do this without the support of George Kaiser Family Foundation, Schusterman Family Foundation, and the Swank Family Foundation. So thank you to our investment fund partners. We also have Demo Day sponsors. These are organizations and companies that are supporting tonight's event. So I want to give a special shout out to Consumer Affairs, Tulsa Regional Chamber, and Regent Bank. All right, let's get into it, because you guys didn't come here for all that. You came here for these founders. Over the last 6 months, I've had the privilege of working with just wildly ambitious and creative individuals who you'll get to meet here in a moment. They've been busy getting in the trenches. They've been busy increasing that bag with revenue and capital. They've been busy just obsessing over customer experiences, unit economics, even things like language market fit. They've been amazing. Can't wait to get to that. This cohort is special. Act House as a whole is just different. We like to get very tactical. We actually don't really care about Demo Day. We think we do a pretty good Demo Day. That's probably not a good thing to say right when you're doing a Demo Day, but We don't care about this. It's fun. It's a good moment. What we care about is what these founders are building and how they're exchanging that value. That's what's important to us. I can't wait for you to see what they're doing. Okay. This cohort is number 5. 5 is special for me for a couple reasons. Dominic and I have actually been working together, chopping up startups for 5 years now, which is kind of cool. We met in 2019. Less cool, but coincidentally, we also both wore the number 5 when we played college ball. But that's not really why 5 is special. 5 is special because you guys are here. All right? It's special tonight because of these founders. Oftentimes in our life, we're always looking for the next big thing. We're always looking for the next big moment, next trip, even the next paycheck, right? But tonight, you don't have to do that. You just have to be here, right? Because here is where you're going to see amazing founders doing amazing things for amazing people. Here, I have to turn. I told them not to turn because there's a camera here, but I got to turn to them. You guys are incredible, all right? You guys are absolutely amazing, and it's been an honor to work with you all. You guys are going to get to see what it's like to be here in the moment, to be here and witness the momentum and the amazing success and companies that these founders behind us have created, and you're going to get to experience what happens when you act different. Come on, let's get it.
Hello, everyone. It has been a while since I have been on this stage, but I'm very excited to be here. My name is Elle McCrae, and I'm the founder of Onyx. We're a reproductive wellness company creating hormone-free, prescription-free solutions for chronic period and pelvic pain, and all while trying to shift the culture of women's health just so that women feel supported and encouraged throughout every stage of that journey. I have not introduced people before, and like I said, it's been a while since I've been on this stage. Thank you. So I'm super excited. My ACT House journey started in ACT second cohort, where weeks, maybe days after graduating college, I decided to make the trek to Tulsa, and all in pursuit of advancing women's health. And that is not good. I know, right? I wrote a whole thing, but I think I'm just going to talk. To advance women's health. And with the help of ACT House, I have been able to take Onyx's flagship product from a literal napkin idea to being able to test, build a team, prototype, test, and test again, and now have a product that is both commercial ready and cleared for mass manufacturing. So thank you, ACT House. And I'm super excited to be announcing a fellow female women's health founder, Shireen Brown of Between Health. Between is pioneering same and next day gynecological appointments, which, I mean, just doing the Lord's work, because it is hard to get on the books nowadays. Shireen is a powerhouse, and I mean that. Shireen, I mean that. All the amalgamation of her life experiences, both personal and professional, have truly beautifully positioned her to be the person to be solving this problem. And I would like to welcome her. You guys, welcome her. She's the first founder coming up on this stage tonight. It's hard being first. Shireen Brown.
Who suckers think you're tripping with, yes, something.
Hey, y'all. I am Shireen Brown, CEO and co-founder of Between. I want you all to imagine something for you. And imagine that your crotch smells like old fish. Yeah, awful, I know. And imagine that you're having discharge that's a weird color, right? And it burns when you pee. I know. Okay, stop imagining, because in reality, you are healthy and smell great and not having a gynecology emergency, unlike the 35 million women every single year in the U.S. that experience scenarios like this and other urgent women's health issues. The worst part is that most of them waste time, money, and effort trying to get the care they need and deserve. I know this because at the beginning of our startup journey, my co-founder and I made this very cute sign and talked to hundreds of women, strangers, out in the wild, about their experiences accessing sexual and reproductive health care. From stories about 40-day lead times to see an OBGYN to dismissive and disrespectful encounters at urgent care, it all boils down to a huge gap separating the right care supply and the urgent demand. So that's where Between comes in. We connect women with same and next day gynecology appointments from local, independent, and qualified providers. We make money by charging these providers a transaction fee for every completed appointment booked through Between. Of course, we're HIPAA secure, and in the past 6 months have made amazing strides with our friends and family from Act House. We hit the milestone of booking over 1,000 appointments through the platform. We've expanded to 4 markets: Atlanta, Dallas, Houston, Miami, and coming soon to Tulsa, Oklahoma. And we have 29 paid customers, 29 providers on platform, the majority of which are nurse practitioners that own and operate their own clinics. Now, the kicker is that on this journey of building our lead generation platform, we discovered something. We learned that nurse practitioners, or NPs, are the key to unlocking massive access to women's health care. There are 385,000 of them in this country. It is the second fastest growing profession. 90% of NPs are certified in primary and/or women's health care, which means that almost all of them can handle urgent and even routine gynecology concerns, like fishy crotches, IUD insertions, pap smears, and more. In an era where half of U.S. counties don't have a single OBGYN, nurse practitioners can fill that gap. Unfortunately, NPs struggle to own and operate profitable clinics, primarily due to challenges with the most important back office function, revenue cycle management, basically getting paid from health insurance companies. Existing solutions don't meet their clinic scope and needs, so oftentimes NPs are missing out on up to 35% of potential revenue. That means they don't have enough operating cash, and they don't have enough funds to bring on any additional support to remedy this problem, so the cycle continues. Nurse practitioners are stuck in this cash flow doom loop until eventually they have to shut their clinics down. Clinics that so many women in their communities could depend on for care. That's a really bleak outcome. But I believe in a brighter future, because Between is going to help nurse practitioners get patients and get paid. Get that 35% back. We'll prototype and pilot test tools that use machine learning to optimize an NP's revenue cycle. Now, we'll maintain lead generation, but as a solid go-to-market strategy, because shifting our focus to revenue cycle management allows us as a company to achieve 2 things. 1, we deepen our value with our customers, with nurse practitioners. And 2, we increase our ACV to a forecasted $35,000 by tapping into the $2 billion market for NP revenue cycle management. This is an exciting step forward for Between. And we have got the right team at the right time to take this step. My 10 years of domestic and international healthcare experience, coupled with my team's deep expertise in finance, software engineering, growth, and customer success, make for a winning combo. This is the between team. This is the team you want to bet on. And we are raising $500,000 to prototype and pilot test NP-specific revenue cycle solutions. We already have 75% of this money committed, and the the round is led by Tulsa's very own Atento Capital. Y'all, Between is on a mission to help thousands of nurse practitioners deliver care to millions of women across their communities so that none of these women ever have to stress about a fishy crotch ever again. Thank you.
Hello, hello. So nice to see you all. If we haven't met, I'm Clarence Ten. I am the second favorite co-founder of Bottle. We are a kids gaming startup that was part of Cohort 1. And so we have had the pleasure of growing here in Tulsa for the past 3 years. And we celebrate this year by kicking off our 7 millionth user on our app. As well as crossing 1 million in, what do you call it again? Annual run rate. So we crossed 1 million annual run rate. So I'm not used to that because, we've been a freemium app for so long. A lot of our investors actually call us their favorite nonprofit. So this one hits really close to home. Impact has been really a huge focus of ours. But speaking of impact, I actually met the next company 4 years ago in Miami. We were at a pitch competition together. And when I heard their pitch, I was like, wow, this company's mission and their product actually has the potential to have lifelong value for kids from from school all the way to adulthood. So without further ado, Ashley from Credit Academy.
Hey, hit the red dot like, hey, finger on the like, hey. Grandma was in A, auntie was in A, mama had AAA. I wasn't scared to crash anyone in the way. I ride a side while bro had a like we in the getaway. I gotta penetrate, I gotta generate. I got like 20 some years to my hood, now I gotta go live away. I'm out of town, but I'm not on the getaway. I spin a giveaway.
Good evening, everyone. I want to start off by asking a quick question. Show of hands, how many of you were not taught credit growing up? Oh, yeah, okay. Don't feel bad, because neither was I. See, growing up, credit was never taught in my family. And no shade to my mom, like, she did the best she could. But credit was not a top of priority for her, meeting ends meet and doing the things that she had to do. But as I navigated my 20s, juggling multiple jobs, going to school, raising my daughter, I still had the dream of home ownership, just like many of us do. But my late start to building credit put me at a disadvantage. And that is why I am so passionate about financial literacy. So let's go backwards to 2017. I got a pivotal role at Greenlight, the smart debit card for kids. Some of you guys have probably heard of them before. And during my time there, I was able to build out a financial literacy program. And what I realized is that families from all backgrounds had the same issue that I did. In fact, 90 million Americans, 90 million, are considered credit challenged. I know. And even worse, for the first time in U.S. history, credit card debt has surpassed $1 trillion. I know, it's awful. But see, we only talk about credit when it's too late. But that is why we're starting the conversation today and now. My name is Ashley Jones, Head of Customer Success for Credit Academy. So, you're probably like, well, how do we fix the problem? Well, we started by launching Kitty Credit, a platform teaching kids 12 and under about credit through chores and tasks. And we partnered with Equifax to enhance the customer experience. With 15,000 families on the app, we were able, yes, I know, thank you. Woo! With 15,000 families on the app, we were able to find out about early childhood financial behaviors. And we were able to take that information and then build and tailor products for teens and young adults to ensure a smooth transition from childhood education to credit management. Now, people ask us the same thing over and over again. Well, what happens when you outgrow the app? And do they ever get to experience credit in real life? Well, here we are. We're introducing the credit card, okay? Yes! The world's first credit card, but prioritizing education over spend for the next generation. Now, how does it work? This card, designed for teens and up, is a secured credit card that funds a high-yield savings account so that users are not just building credit, right? But they're also saving simultaneously. But what sets us apart is the fact that we have an AI-based learning journey that allows users to not just earn rewards, but they're earning rewards based off of learning. Because, I know I like rewards. I don't know about anybody else. I know I do. But so how do we make money? So we are launching towards credit unions with an implementation fee and monthly minimums. And we are happy to say that we have a credit union under contract right now. Yes. Bring it all in. We are here. For the card, we partnered with Discover. Now, this was intentional because Discover is known as the second largest provider for student loans. And they also have these best rated student credit cards. So they understand where our users are headed next. So it only made sense. Now, we're not just a team of founders who want to change the narrative on credit. Yeah. We are, for sure. But we are the customers. We've been there. We've gone down that road before. We've had that journey. So we can relate to our customers. We know what it takes. And that is what sets us apart in our industry. For our current investors, we have secured investment from Amazon, from the Alexa Fund, and for our basketball enthusiasts in the house, if we got any, we have Dwayne Wade and Baron Davis as our angel investors. Yes. Woo! And last year, we just won the world's largest pitch competition, y'all. Okay? We won $1 million and the People's Choice Award. Okay? Yes. So our future is bright, and we owe so much to Act House and to Tulsa. So to tie it back, in 2021, I achieved my dream of home ownership. And as my daughter prepares for college this fall, yes, y'all, I know. As my daughter prepares for college this fall, okay, I am determined to provide her the financial empowerment that I lacked. All right? So, and here we are, Tulsa, a rich city with resilience and history. We have the opportunity to be able to shape a new narrative on credit and financial strength. So, in Booker T. Washington's words, okay, success is measured by the obstacles overcome. So, let's go and embark on this financial journey together.
Grandma was in A, auntie was in A, mama had AAA. I wasn't scared to crash anyone anyway. I ride the side while bro had it. Like we in the getaway.
Hello, friends. How are we doing tonight? So, if you don't know who I am, my name is Hannah. I'm co-founder of Pangea, and Pangea is a social living software where we. Sorry, there's a lot of really pretty faces up here. Pangea is a social living software that uses human data to help community leaders build more engaged communities. And these past 6 months have been a huge blessing. So what we've accomplished so far is that we launched our product in November. Amen, amen. And we also onboarded 5 communities, including, it's a wide variety, but it stems from, college life, student life on college campuses, and addiction recovery support groups. Amen, amen. But tonight's not about me. Tonight's about our next founder. And our next founder, first of all, I'm really trying not to fangirl up here, because she's like one of the coolest people that I know in the cohort sphere. So, amen. Our next founder, she's just like a huge inspiration to me, not just as a founder, but as a friend. And one thing that really stuck out to me as I got to know her and as I learned about our company is that we both care about justice. And justice doesn't just look like, the court system and life sentences, but it looks like compassion. It looks like bridging together divides. And that's something that really stuck out to me. And there are a lot of Proverbs 31 women in the room, but to me, she's a, thank you. But to me, she's very special because she's a Micah 6:8 woman. She acts justly. She loves mercy. She walks humbly. She's Boston strong. She's Amani Myers. I'm chilling. Thought I wouldn't tell me I just sold my million. I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I was survivor. Keep on survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work harder. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I was survivor. Keep on survivor. But I couldn't breathe without you.
In the United States alone, there are over 400,000 young people who are removed from the foster care system every year. And every year, there are over 28,000 young people who age out of the system without permanent support. This was my reality when I came home shortly after my 18th birthday, finding all of my belongings in black trash bags waiting for me on the porch. Despite there being a federal mandate that every young person must have a well-established transition care plan by the age of 14, over 40% of young people age out of foster care homeless by the age of 19. Half will remain unemployed by the age of 24. Less than 25% graduate high school. Most will be incarcerated. And young people are still dealing with the remnants of their trauma. Despite the challenges that I faced, I graduated with a master's degree. I interned both on Capitol Hill and the White House under the Obama administration, helping to create child welfare policies. I then became the best-selling author of You Are the Prize. And I have been named a leading expert in the field of child welfare. Good evening, everyone. My name is Amani Lauren Myers, and I am the innovator and creator of Launch Ahead, which is a revolutionary goal management and progress tracking app that's going to put transitional planning back into the hands of young people. The reality of it is caseworkers are overworked and they have so much going on. The other thing is that policies are outdated. Transitional planning is still being used by PDFs. But with Launch Ahead, we're going to change that. So let me show you how it works. Meet Ebony. Ebony is a 17-year-old young person on the brink of transition. Ebony has a lot of goals, a lot of dreams, but she's really unsure about what she wants to do. So she'll come into Launch Ahead, take a quick assessment, capturing her age, her skills, her talents, and her assets. And the assessment will utilize machine learning to uncover underlying insights, to uncover insights that Ebony may not have even been aware of. From there, Ebony has discovered that she has a love for cooking. So within the app, she then gets selected through her personalized pathway, and it's going to walk her step by step from A to Z until she reaches that goal. Another barrier to young people transitioning out of the foster care system is that they have a lack of essential documents. They don't have access. So here in the app, Ebony is not only going to be able to store her birth certificate, her social security card, but here, if she wants to apply for a job, culinary school, or even college, the documents are stored here securely. And last but not least, we understand that a case manager's job is so dynamic. So here in the app, no longer will they have to use the PDF system or digging through lost long files. They'll come right in the app and they'll be able to check Ebony's progress in real time. And if Ebony needs additional support, there's a chat feature at hand. So here at Launch Ahead, what we've done is we have taken Ebony's daunting checklist and have turned it into an exciting journey of self-discovery and achievement. The size of our market is huge, with government agencies spending over $30+ billion every year on child welfare services. But what's even more staggering is the $17.5 billion social cost that's associated with not preparing young people for transition. We're going to capture revenue with two ways. One, through a monthly subscription. So if agencies want to buy in, they'll have access to the personalized roadmaps, the data analytics, and assessment tools. And for case managers and agencies that have larger caseloads, they will be able to tap into the enterprise model. So let me tell you all, let me be real. We did not get here overnight. Our journey roughly began 10 months ago, with us pulling up to pitch competitions and build days and leaving with 0 wins. But that didn't stop us. We kept going. We learned, we pivoted, and we continued to build. And the judges believed in our vision. We came back to BDX, and we took home the grand prize, which has led to me being on stage with all of you all here today. So thank you, Act House. Since then, we have received close to $100,000 in funding. And over the last 6 months, I came into Act House as a solo founder, and we built out the first low fidelity prototype mock-up. We are developing a case assessment tool for transition age youth and caseworkers. And about 3 weeks ago, I have finally been able to onboard my team that consists of a CTO, a data scientist, and UX UI. So thank you. With my lived expertise and my professional expertise combined with my teams, they have a dynamic experience of over 20 years of being in the field. And I'm excited that they're going to be able to build and grow with us. In addition, I also want to share that in September 2024, we're going to launch Ahead. So what do we need? We need users. We need agencies. We need mentors. And we need subject matter experts. And so if you are interested in joining our journey, I want y'all to make sure y'all come on board. So in closing, I want you to meet Ebony. This is Ebony. Shortly after Ebony transitioned out of the foster care system, she met her abuser. She experienced domestic violence, homelessness, and the whole 9 yards. But if Launch Ahead was there at the beginning of her journey, she may still be here. Ebony was my little sister and best friend, and she's no longer here with us today. But she is the centerpiece of our app through her life and her legacy, because we want to ensure that no other young person has to go through what Ebony did. We want to ensure that every young person has the ability to launch ahead and fuel forward into their future. So will you join us? If so, I want you to scan the QR code to join the waiting list. I want you to learn more. And don't forget to grab your Launch Ahead swag. My name is Amani Loren Myers. I am the innovator and creator of Launch Ahead. And thank you so much.
What's up, everybody? How's it going? My name is Andreas Gonzalez, and unfortunately, this is a lie. Well, it's a half lie. I'm a current product manager at Robbie AI, and I am the co-founder of Cadenzo, but Cadenzo has the honor of being ACT Tulsa's first casualty. We were part of Cohort 1, and we shut down in December of 22, and we learned a lot, that some businesses are meant to succeed and some businesses aren't. But I'm staying here. I'm from Tulsa. I'm keeping everything that I learned and reinvesting it back into the city and to the people. And following kind of a mantra that you guys have heard tonight, it's just part of getting 2% better. And I want to introduce the next founder, who is the human embodiment of 2% better. As soon as I saw them, as soon as I met them, she might be pushing 3%. So without further ado, please give a round of applause for Erin.
Evening, everyone. Quick raise of hands. Who here wants to get better at public speaking? Okay. I heard all of us. I hear you. How many of you all practice it every day? Seen a lot fewer hands, guys. What's going on? Is it that we just didn't know where to start, or maybe we forgot about it, or something in between? Well, it's okay. It's hard. Managing the process of learning takes so much time. Until Allspring. My name is Erin Rowe. I'm Allspring's CEO, and we're building our evergreen learning project manager. So let's go back to all these excuses that I know were thinking in your head. Motivational psychologists have actually found this isn't us being lazy. It's actually these psychological blockers of uncertainty, fear, and inertia that keep us from achieving our goals. And when I was leading learning and development at Pinterest, I saw this friction in learning all the time. There'd be a product designer, and she wanted to learn how to prototype. And these blockers would get in the way, and a year passes, and she's right where she started, and she's frustrated. Because it sucks to be on this side of the hump. It sucks for us. As employees, we're 2 times more likely to quit when we don't feel like we're growing. And quitting sucks. It means you got to find a new job, negotiate a new salary, make a new work bestie. It sucks for our managers. They're spending 6 hours a week on development for us while we're trying to quit. And they're already overworked, tired, and frustrated. And it sucks for the companies because they're losing $3,000 per every unproductive employee because we want to Netflix and chill instead of answer that email.
Talk about it.
But not with Allspring. Not with Allspring. Our machine learning and large language model make what motivational psychologists say are making learning a default action. I always thought, if my watch can tell me when to stand, why isn't there something to tell me when to learn? Well, now there is. Allspring first gets to know everything about you. We want to know your goals, your company's values, your company's revenue targets. And soon enough, we'll actually integrate with the systems that hold that data, and you won't even have to tell us. Then we level set your skills against the industries and the companies that you're working with, so that you know where to focus, and we give you high-level recommendations on what to do next. Remember when I was talking about that uncertainty blocker? This gets rid of it. And I'm really excited that soon we'll be launching skill scheduling. This will take learning moments and put it right into your calendar. And you're learning from your manager's feedback, your company's learning offerings, or even insights that you might have had that you want to make sure you re-remember. That combats that inertia issue. And then as we track your progress, we're collecting evidence. So you have a system of record when you walk into those performance and career conversations. Now, we know we're not the only learning platform out there, but everyone else is either focused on building a ton of content for us, or connecting us with more instructors, or helping edit our emails. What Allspring is doing is actually connecting our personal development with the needs of our company and embedding it into our day-to-day life. So how do we start here? Well, my co-founder and I spent weeks, months, honestly, it feels like years, building for Jen, a very bored but very, very smart product designer. And once we started seeing Allspring's AI actually help Jen be better, we took it and tested it with 250 other employees at fast-growing, forward-thinking organizations like Stripe and Atlassian. And we consistently heard that as they engaged, they were more and more excited to dive into Allspring. I'm hearing people say they're excited to learn. And to get to more gens, we're targeting leaders. And we're starting with the largest and closest to the pain, team leads. And then we'll slowly grow up the organization. Now, we'll let team leads and individuals test Allspring's level setting and benchmarking apps for free. And then they upgrade to a subscription model to be able to access skill scheduling. Now, when I started here, I saw a lot of hands raised for one skill that I threw out there. Well, there are 100 million knowledge workers who are trying to make themselves better every day. And we know our path to 1 million is starting with the ones that are constantly having to upskill and reskill to stay competitive, those in engineering, product, and design. My co-founder and I are the team to do it. While I bring the learning development expertise, he's been spending his whole life just making products fun and gaming. And he's been a part of 2 company exits. So I want you to follow us to invest in our journey alongside ACT, Antler, Google, and Microsoft to help 100 million employees get 2% better every day. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. I am Miss Fields, CEO of Sweet Fields, a decadent gourmet cinnamon roll company. And we are innovating tasty vegan-friendly treats by crafting dynamic flavors and using artisan techniques to create a premium mouth experience. In the last 6 months, since my cohort was up here, we have expanded our team. We have added 4 restaurant partnerships. We've launched in 41 grocery retail locations with our first flavor. And we are preparing to launch our second in July. But enough about my sinfully delicious treats. This next founder is phenomenal. She is not only hardworking, but she is also fearless in the pursuit of her vision. She's inspiring, and she often pushes me to be better. She's bold. She's dynamic. She's genuine. And she's someone that I've come to look at like a sister. Introducing Miss Anna Cobb.
I just got paid, making energy. She more Cancun, he more Central Pay. Been waving around, the crowd gon' move. Look around, everybody on mute.
Was an expression I used to make every single day. Why? Well, just like the 7.9 billion humans on this earth, your girl gets tired. I mean, from being a full-time entrepreneur, staying fit and fine, and just making everyday life decisions, y'all know how life be lifing. And the one thing that every single person in this room shares is that life can be exhausting. Good evening, everyone. My name is Anna Cobb, and I'm the proud founder and CEO of Rejuvenation. As a chemist and a plant scientist, what if I told you I found the missing ingredient that all energy drink companies were not using? Not only did I harvest it, but I remixed it into an elixir that will reduce your tiredness and grief. Get ready to throw out all of those I'm tired and the woo childs as I present to you Rejuvenation, the 100% plant-based energy juice that provides consumers high energy without the negative effects of jitters or crashes. In 2017, I faced a severe allergic reaction due to a synthetic energy supplement that left me on life support and in a coma. But unlike the 1.2 million people who die each year from synthetically enhanced caffeine supplements that are regulated by the FDA, I was, by God's grace, able to go back to school, finish my degree in plant science, where I learned everything about a natural alternative called Guayasa. Guayasa is a native plant to Ecuador. It offers the same amount of energy as a cup of coffee, but not the same chemical components as caffeine, offering you that beloved pick-me-up without the abrupt crash. This natural stimulant stimulates the smooth and subtle release of adrenaline every single day to conquer all of your days. Guayasa also aids in weight loss and is full of natural antioxidants and nutrients. Stemming from a faith belief that taught me my temple was a vehicle for purpose and change, the art of juicing was a skill I learned from my grandmother at a very early age. And so, by combining fresh pressed juice and plant-derived energy, Rejuvenation was born in 2020. We have positioned ourselves in the health and wellness space as being the first juice-based product in the energy drink category, which allows us the competitive advantage. From flavors like pineapple, apple, and hibiscus, we're not just aiming to tickle those taste buds, but we're offering immense health benefits. Regulating blood pressure and blood sugar, high amounts of vitamin C and D, and also being used as a pre- and post-workout, there is no better product for you than Rejuve. Now, I see some of y'all at the edge of your seats like, how do I get my hands on this Rejuvenation? Well, let me tell you, if you go right up under your seat, you can dive into your best self in a bottle of our newest flavor, Rejuvenation Peach. And I also threw in a 10% off discount code. So if you go to www.drinkrejuve.com, you can pre-order Rejuvenation Peach this summer. As we know, energy drinks are not inexpensive. Rejuvenation has positioned itself in this $16 billion market to seize the entire market. By only costing $1.20 to make and landing anywhere between $5.99 and $7.99, the organic and wellness consumer is ready to drink us up. Now, I saw a face over here that was like, $5.99? That is expensive. But baby, health is wealth. And just like my cohort cousin just said, you are the prize. But if that didn't sell you, just head on over to the 51 retail stores in the Mid-Atlantic region that sell our product out like wildfire. Or matter of fact, I'll even come a little bit closer, and you can soon purchase Rejuvenation in 150 retail stores in the Midwest and Northwestern regions this year. With strategic partnerships and planning efforts, we are more than equipped to hit 500 retail stores by the end of Q4. With over $350,000 raised in capital from pitch competitions and grants last year, and our life-changing acceptance in the ACT House, as well as being top finalists and prize winners of the Pharrell Williams Black Ambition Prize, these last 6 months have catapulted our growth. We went from 51 accounts to now 200 accounts. We have secured a 3PL, and we are gearing up to launch into national distribution. But wait, there's more. Rejuvenation has gone from producing 2,000 units a week to now 20,000 units of Rejuvenation every single week. With the help and support of our friends at 36 Degrees North, the Montgomery Group, we have undergone a major rebranding effort. And with the Tulsa community, we have secured a conference this year that has already purchased 10,000 units of rejuvenation in July. But as we know, it takes a village. With my mom and sister as COO and CMO, their hands have diligently been pressing out rejuvenation every single day, day in and day out, because they believe in my dream of becoming a household name within this category. At Rejuvenation, we remain steadfast in our mission to empower individuals to lead healthier lifestyles through innovative plant-based solutions. So I ask you, all of our new groovy customers out there, to join us on this journey through health, wellness, energy, and rejuvenation, one sip at a time. See, we don't do added sugars or chemicals over here to give you energy. We use the power of plants, baby, and we want to rejuve your groove with...
I hear you just got paid, make it ring, energy. She more can't cool, he more Saint-Tropez. Be waving around, the crowd gon' move. Look around, everybody on mute.
Hello, everyone. My name is George Suarez, and I'm the CEO of OpenBox AI. And we help sales teams hit their revenue goals by helping them find and engage new customers. I can't believe that 6 months ago, Cohort 4 was on this stage. Tulsa has completely changed my life. Since then, we've acquired a company. 8 weeks ago, we launched our new platform. And thanks to that, we've been able to eat our own dog food and acquire our first 4 annual customers. But tonight's not about me. It's about a special team. Actually, they're one of the fastest growing startups here. And to be honest, they don't only care about their success, they care about the success of the ecosystem. And they're one of the biggest reasons why we decided to move our headquarters here. Tonight I hold a special honor to introduce someone who's very genuine, intelligent, and humble, Jonathan Vasquez.
Let's go! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited to talk to you guys tonight about our mission and journey to revolutionize patient intake. Today's outdated healthcare system, I mean, everybody knows it. We all know it's outdated. Oh, you have faxes, emails, state information. I did say faxes, everybody. Faxes, yeah. Those all flowing into referral centers to get people scheduled and seen by providers. What does this cause? A backlog in your healthcare. So months sometimes of waiting to get to see a specialist. I think about the first time that I experienced this in my journey through McKesson, where I spent a decade getting clinics optimized and just getting them moving forward. But I remember the specific incident where I was in a clinic in Miami and I saw an oncologist, Dr. David. I remember seeing him rifling through a stack of papers, and I said, what is he doing? He was trying to find a patient in a stack of papers. One, I'm like, well, this person has an oncology diagnosis. They're probably at home Googling what is going to happen to them on WebMD, searching, oh my God, am I going to die? What's going to happen to me? And all in this time, he's just sitting there waiting to hear back from this provider. Fast forward to a few years, and I moved here to Tulsa thanks to the Tulsa Remote program. Shout out to Tulsa Remote. And here is where I met my amazing co-founder, Patrick Bruce. Within the first 5 minutes to talking to him about this problem, I said, man, I think this is it. We're going to solve this problem. But you know what? There was just a little piece missing, and that was Rachel Brown, our third co-founder. The amazing Rachel is a Swiss Army knife of talent, a former founder herself for a health and wellness startup. And I said, you know what? We've got the team. Let's do this. Let's make this happen. Our solution takes any of those sources that I mentioned earlier and is able to ingest them without any change in behavior for those referring providers. And better yet, we keep the patient and provider informed throughout that whole journey. So no more of that sitting at home, Google and WebMD. After that first visit with their provider, when they get that diagnosis, on their way home, they're receiving a text letting them know where they're going to be seen, and they themselves can reach out. What does this do? It speeds up that backlog of a month. And I'm happy to say that one of our customers today, in their whole existence, has eliminated their urgent backlog. So they have no more patients waiting to get seen. Now, the fun part, what's happened the last 6 months for Titan, nothing but great stuff. We've processed over 75,000 patients. That's right. 6 months ago, we were at 80K ARR. Today, 360,000 in ARR. 110 physicians using Titan, and I'm really excited about our current sales pipeline and all that work. Thanks to Rachel Brown, huge shout out to her. $6 million in the pipeline for Titan every day, getting closer to conversion. And one more piece of great news is 2 weeks ago. Just super excited about this piece, everybody. 2 weeks ago, Titan closed their pre-seed round. We get 1.3 million closed. Thank you. Hey, keep clapping. I mean, I've got to give another shout out to Patrick, my co-founder and CEO. This is the man. That's right. And we aren't done yet. This is just the beginning. We're going to get to 100 million patients. We're at 75,000 right now, but we're on our way to that 100 million patients. And I just want to give one last shout out to the Act House team, especially Malachi. He's been there from the beginning with us, helping us get 2% better every day. Let's go, Tulsa.
Don't stop, addicted to the shindig. Chop top, it says I'm gonna win big. Choose not to life of imitation. Distant closer to the reservation.
Buenas tardes. Hello, everyone. We need a little bit of Spanish right now. ¿Cómo no? Latinos. Aquí estamos los latinos, ¿cómo no? Okay, everybody. Mi nombre, I'm Emmanuel Lujano. I'm from the Red Tacos. Do you know what the Red Tacos are? Eso. Okay, so we make birria tacos. Do you know what birria tacos is? Okay, for those who doesn't know, man, they're good. You're missing it. Let me tell you this little story. In 2018, I came to this country with just dreams and Jesus. No clothes, nothing else. 2019, I started a food truck with my family, and we started doing birria tacos. 2022, I met these guys right here. Act Tulsa. I became part of the Cohort 3, and it was such a blessing. We are growing slowly. We are growing strong. We started doing 1 store, 2 stores, in our 10 stores in Oklahoma. And if you know Morelos store, Mexican store, I'm going to ask you for a favor. I'm going to steal a minute, but I'm going to ask you for a favor. We want to make a new tradition here in America, and I want you to help me. Cinco de Mayo is coming, right? Cinco de Mayo, Cinco de Birria. So, what if we start a tradition here in Tulsa for the entire country about birria tacos? Let's make Cinco de Mayo the Birria Tacos official day. Okay? How can we do that? Just go to Morelos, buy your marinade. Birria marinade It's in Morelos store, and let's make that, okay? So, and the what? Oh, yeah. It is. Okay, so being an entrepreneur is difficult, but when you trust and when you really believe in your project and your dreams, you can even put it in your skin, right? I did that. I put my logo in my skin. And talking about the skin, I'm going to introduce you. I'm so blessed to introduce you. These entrepreneurs, emprendedores, chingones. I'm sorry. Buenos emprendedores who are working with skin. They're working with healthcare. They're going to talk about skin disease. And they're going to talk about AI, artificial intelligence. Okay? So, let me introduce you. Skin check. Julian and Daniel. Vengan para acá.
At least 1 in every 5 Americans will develop skin cancer by the age of 70. Take a look around you right now. That could be you.
And contrary to misunderstanding, skin cancer is far more lethal for people of color. In fact, skin cancer for black men has a 30% higher death rate than any other demographic. Melanoma is so lethal that it can become life-threatening in as short as 6 weeks. While the current average wait time to get a skin cancer screening is 14.
And I should know, as when my mom was 27, she was diagnosed with multiple cases of skin cancer. And she battled these cancers all throughout my childhood. And considering that healthcare providers have no way to prioritize patients with high-risk lesions, wait times were as bad as 6 months. But as a kid obsessed with programming and building, I decided to do something about it. I went to university, and I further developed this research throughout the first 2 years of my college experience. But later, my research would get shut down.
And that's when I decided to do something about it. For me, SkinCheck's mission was simply too powerful to be stored in a file cabinet at a university somewhere. And that was when a friendship of over 5 years became an official partnership. Skin cancer is a silent epidemic that kills 1 American every 30 minutes. That's 5 people during the entirety of this demo day event, y'all.
But there is hope, as 99% of all skin cancer cases are curable if detected early enough. The question is it possible for you to detect your skin cancer early? SkinCheck is an accessible mobile app that allows you to determine your skin cancer risks and expedite your access to treatment, making it possible to detect skin cancer early.
While empowering dermatologists to prioritize patients with high skin cancer risks, boosting their clinic's revenue.
To do this, we provide 3 different medical solutions wrapped into one platform. Our breakthrough AI risk assessments and triage tools allow you to determine if you may have a concerning skin lesion. And if you have found a concerning lesion, our telehealth consultations allow you to get a medical recommendation and a referral for further treatment if necessary.
And finally, for clinics, they can prescribe the use of SkinCheck to remotely monitor concerning lesions for patients like you.
And true to our mission in democratizing early skin cancer detection, one of SkinCheck's greatest achievements is the fact that we have created the world's first patent-pending visual AI skin cancer detector to work for all skin tones.
Y'all heard that right. Let me repeat it. We created the world's first visual AI skin cancer detector to work for me, for Julian, for Dom, for Malachi, and for everybody in this room. In our go-to-market, we'll focus on our B2B and B2B2C verticals. For dermatology clinics and primary care providers, we will bill for consultations and remote patient monitoring tools via existing CPT codes. And for our users, we'll charge a fee per consultation and are on track to have that become an in-network insurance reimbursement. We have the vision of having Skin Check become a crucial preventative service for insurance plans. And we're excited, y'all. So we are launching our monetized features this summer as we're launching the teledermatology consultations here in the U.S. And we're on track to launch a full pilot with a health system in Brazil, my home country.
And with our inclusive AI, we're in a unique position where we can actually receive FDA approval and release our AI to our American users in the next 1 to 2 years.
The past 6 months, as we've been building with the help of the ACT team, we've done a lot. Just 2 weeks ago, we've surpassed the 100,000 users mark.
And our testimonials come from people who have never been to a dermatologist, but were able to book an appointment for a biopsy when they found a concerning lesion using Skin Check. And our research has been backed by the National Science Foundation and published in a top computer science journal here in the U.S. But most impressive, this March, we were selected for the first time in Oklahoma history as a finalist for the global stage of the South by Southwest pitch.
Hello, everybody, or oi, if you mean, some Portuguese for y'all to take home tonight. I'm Danny Marquez, co-founder and CEO of Skin Check.
And I'm Julian Apari, co-founder and CTO.
Now is your turn to do something about it.
Download our app today and join us as we democratize early skin cancer detection for people like you. Thank you.
Hey guys. Thank you. Thank you.
You know I set you up, right?
I know, yes.
For those who do not know, this is Tilia Mayberry Smith. Y'all need to clap it up a little bit louder. And for those who don't know who she is to our family at Act House, she started off as our program manager here when we started our Accelerator, and then grew to be our head of operations at Act House, and then has since gone on to transition to the University of Tulsa and do amazing things in the Innovation Center. I set you up, I did. So here's the thing. We haven't had, that's the special, it's your archetype, Techian archetype. Clayton didn't want to put it up there, to be honest with you. But Talia left our team in February. And it was such an interesting moment when Talia transitioned because our team was so excited for her, sad, but we all had a mixed range of emotions. But we never got a chance to celebrate her publicly in front of everyone. And so Talia has really been the mastermind behind a lot of the work that you all see at Demo Day. All the SOPs, the way this thing runs smoothly. It just comes from her brainchild, her hard work, her dedication. And so I had to set you up. So we got something for you, the whole team. So come on, team. We love you. We appreciate you. I know. You go do it. We love you. We appreciate you. You have truly been the heart and soul of how we continue, of how we started here in Tulsa, and how we continue to grow. And so we thank you deeply. We love you too, man. We love you too. We love you too. We love you too. We had to do it. Now, so introducing one of the most infamous human beings that has ever walked the face of the earth, who has gone off to do amazing things. What you will not know about her because she will not say it. But this is a 2-time basketball champion. Has gone off to play overseas. And honestly, I would bet my money on a one-on-one game any day. Not only on the basketball court, but in the boardroom. Our former head of operations, but our long-term family and friend, Talia Mayberry Smith.
Now, he want me to intro a company after that. Too much. I love y'all. Thank you so much, Dom, ACT family. Y'all, people ask me all the time, how's it going? I'm like, everything's going great, but I do miss my ACT fam. So, okay, let me get into this intro. Okay, so another fun fact about me, for those of you who don't know, is that I am the oldest sibling of 5 girls, all girls, 4 little sisters. So growing up, I took it upon myself to take pride in hair care and doing my little sister's hair. So I spent many hours braiding their hair. I was on both sides of the braiding experience, braiding my little sister's hair and also receiving braiding services. And for those of you who don't know, my natural hair girlies in the room, y'all know, this could take like 10 to 15 hours to put these braids up and take these braids down. It's a lot of time, right? So when I heard about this next company, it was an immediate yes for me. I saw Zambria pitch at Afrotech 2 years ago on the main stage, and they won the pitch competition. And I remember texting Dom, and I'm like, yes, I love this company. We need to connect with them. They need to apply. They were amazing. And ever since then, I've just been so proud of the way they have truly revolutionized the hair braiding experience and transformed my experience in hair braiding. And so I am so excited to introduce this next company. Brooke and Zambria, get to the stage and close us out. Come on, Swella.
Good evening. I'm Brooke Hill, co-founder and CEO of Swella, a modern braid bar that uses technology to deliver a seamless hair braiding experience. I have a confession. During my time in business school, I spent thousands of my student loans on getting my hair braided. Let me explain. After 3 failed attempts at finding a local braider, I found myself mega busing it from Philadelphia to Brooklyn for braids. And to my surprise, I wasn't alone. 3 of my classmates joined me on those long bus rides, desperate for a solution. Braided is a pain. In 32 out of 50 states, you don't need a license to braid hair. In other words, I can go to 10 different braiders, ask for one particular style, and get it 11 different ways. And yes, I said 11. You have to shampoo and blow dry your own hair prior to receiving services, and sometimes even pick up your own supplies. It's the only beauty service where people willingly spend hundreds of dollars and expect an experience that's subpar to terrible. There are 65 million braid appointments that happen in the U.S. every year, equating to $20 billion in spend per year. Yet $16 billion is spent regrettably, with 4 out of 5 customers leaving their appointments dissatisfied. Until now. Swella solves the fragmented, barrier-filled, unstandardized process of receiving braids by being a one-stop shop for braiding. The journey begins on SwellaBeauty.com, where our customers book an appointment, select their style, and then we customize their experience. We utilize information technology to save user preferences and predict future appointments. We also lean into a limited menu to ensure all of Swella braiders are experts in the styles we offer. This is what we call the Swella Standard. We make 50% commission on every appointment. At maturity, we will do $500 million in annual revenue from braid services alone. So we launched in Q4 of 2022 as a pop-up, and the response was overwhelming. Within 3 short months, we signed a lease, doubled our capacity, and launched the first official Swella Braid Bar headquartered in Atlanta, Georgia. In our first year of business, we did $540,000 in revenue. And guess what else? We turned a profit for our Atlanta location year 1. I'm excited to announce that next month we'll be launching in Charlotte, North Carolina. Here is Swella Braid Bar Charlotte. And we're on track to do 1 million by end of summer. I'm talking August. Thank you. Our biggest competition are not other braid salons, but yet marketplaces that allow unvetted stylists to offer braid services. Swella is the only tech-enabled, standardized hair salon specialized in braiding. So we built a brand that people love, and the best part is we are just getting started. Recently, we went viral on TikTok because an influencer, unpaid, caught a flight from Brooklyn to Atlanta to experience Swella. And they're not alone. We've had countless customers go the distance to access reliable braid services at Swella. And so on top of our 30% month-over-month growth, this shows that people are loving our brand. And so this sparked a conversation between me and my co-founder around how we can better serve our customer. How do we deliver even more value? One thing came to mind: the takedown process. This would be the final step in completely revolutionizing getting your hair braided. And so while we are excited to unveil and test our newest innovation in both our Atlanta and Charlotte locations, I'm very excited to show you all tonight, presented by my co-founder, Zambria Asante, Unravel.
The Unravel device was built in collaboration with engineers from Georgia Tech. This patent-pending device cuts the takedown process in half and gives women back their time.
Thank you, Zambria. I want to say we're giving back women their time. We are giving back women their lives. And so Unravel is going to deepen our relationship with our customer, fueling unparalleled growth, especially when it comes to lifetime value. It's also amazing for our bottom line. It increases our revenue per square foot by 20%, decreases our labor costs by 50%, and doubles lifetime value. See, we're removing monotonous tasks in hair braiding so that Swella braiders can focus on the things that matter most, like customer care. We're raising $1 million for 18 months of runway to launch our second flagship, roll out Unravel, and expand our marketing efforts. We've closed 20% to date. And so times have changed. Unfortunately, getting our hair braided has not until now. Our team is comprised of myself and my co-founder, Zambria. Both of us have our master's degrees and the pleasure of rocking braids our entire lives. We hope you join us in leveling up the ecosystem for hair braiding for everyone. Thank you.
Diva is a female version of a hustler. Diva is a female version of a hustler. Stop the track, let me stay fast. Told you give me a minute and I'll be right back.
C5. Keeping it live. Man, just smells like revenue in the building. Smells good. Y'all sniffing that? Sound like cap tables getting increased. Term sheets dropping. Sound like I'm getting my money back too, you know? You feel me? Some 3x returns right here. By August? August. Wow. It's real bright. I don't even know what else to say. I mean, but I'll talk some more though. Listen, can we clap it up for Cohort 5? Man. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I want to say this, and I don't mean this jokingly. You all are nothing like you were when you came in. And I mean that from a perspective of you all's emotional intelligence as founders has gone beyond growth. The way you all handle certain investor conversations these days, I'm in there taking notes. The way you all are pitching, the way you all are resilient, supporting one another, and getting after the revenue. Y'all, my favorite R is revenue. Now, that raising is good. You know, ain't nothing wrong with raising some capital. VCs, I know we rush out here for a reason, cut some checks, right? But y'all like revenue too, because it de-risks your investment. And that's why we like it at the Act House. So C5, y'all did that. Appreciate you, Shireen. I needed those words. Oh, y'all did that. Listen, man, the ending is always tough at demo day. I mean, like, what do you say after, like, all these founders have just come up on stage and just shredded? But I have some things that I have to say because they're my friends, which is my teammates, they'll, hey, Dom, you didn't say this at the end. So I'm going to say it. So one, I do need to provide one specific shout out. As you all have noticed, like, our design, cohort by cohort, has just, yeah. But we found this switchblade down in Oklahoma, in Tulsa, by the name of Clayton Dom. Big Clayton. If you all haven't observed your demo day packet, this is the work of this genius who has the the diligent task of going round for round in creative considerations and edits with me. That is no easy task. And so I appreciate your dedication, and I want to talk about this a little bit. So on the back, as you all can see, there's a little QR code. And if you scan that QR code, it goes to a website, which is act.house. But for those who have visited our website before, you all will see a new website that is live, and it was done no other than our good friends at Labor Division. So shout out to Jordan, Elise, and the team. We went on a creative journey to have some fun, and I really appreciate you guys big time, seriously. They definitely know how to act different, so that's why we like collaborating with them. A couple of other things. This is our first demo day. We had some demo day sponsors, too. I was like, well, about time. That's it, because we live streaming on IG, LinkedIn, and what else? YouTube. Come on. We're making it happen. So shout out to Regent Bank. Pete, I love you, man. Really appreciate you. Where's Jonathan Long? Is Jonathan Long in the building? From Tulsa Economic Chamber. Jay Long. We appreciate you, man. And Consumer Affairs, y'all in the building? We appreciate you guys, too. The checks all cash the same way. Truly appreciate it. To our fund partners, our Accelerator fund partners, you guys are amazing. We really, really, really appreciate you all. I mean, this moment, like the culmination of 6 months of the work that these founders put in and the work that they do, doesn't happen without you. This is what happens when you decide to not only think different, but act different. And you go beyond from acting different to just being different. And it becomes a lifestyle. And it begins to change the dynamics of how you move, how you breathe, how you think, how you operate. And you all do that. You're funding and fueling the next innovation, the next wave of innovators and entrepreneurs, not only here in Tulsa, but globally. And I think that's a very, very, very beautiful thing. It really is. Y'all, I'll be remiss if I didn't thank one specific woman who granted me the opportunity to even come to Tulsa in 2021. You all probably met her during Cohort 1, but now she's back for Cohort 5, my mom. Of my childhood secrets at some of the dinners we've been at, snitching left and right, telling people, well, hey, if he doesn't do this, this is how you got to get him. So now I got to develop some new tricks, new leadership methods and all that good stuff. So that's cool. I want to thank some other individuals too who's golly, I mean, you all have been with us in Notion forever. Greg, who is the owner of Notion and his team, when we had this idea to actually have this event here, when we first talked to Greg was like, yo, so how many people are going to be present? Like 50? He's like 50? I was like, not like 150. He was like, really? I was like, yeah. He's like, really? I was like, yeah, it's going to happen. And he was like, all right, cool, let's do it. And so this black box of what they've created, everybody describes Demo Day as like fight night a little bit. Like you're in the ring, like literally. And something about the lights, like we had so much training just on the lights. Like, hey, just how to stand. Because once you look at these lights, like once you settle in here, it's like, oh, wow, it's overwhelming. And hopefully nobody looked at you all on the front row, because if you get caught up on this front row, man, you get lost. But y'all killed it. I'm really big proud of you all. To our external team, our streaming team, the videography team, where you guys at? Intent. So one thing that we are definitely key on is, how do we work with other local entrepreneurs, right? How does the work that we do begin to amplify the work that they can continue to do? And last time the first time we worked with them was like 2 people. Now it's like 4, 5, 6. So y'all growing good in revenue. So I look forward to y'all taking us out to lunch one of these days here. But I appreciate you all. They had to do so much work in splits and getting everything right. We didn't know what was going to happen yesterday, but we just knew they were going to get it done. I really appreciate you guys. Braden, my man, who's been rocking with us since Cohort 1, a brilliant photographer, a brilliant mind. Truly, truly, truly appreciate you. Kia Cole. So I remember like it was yesterday. Talia was like, "Hey, can we get somebody to run the event itself?" Talia was like, "I'm tired." Right? She had that side that Anna put up on the stage, like, "Whoo, child, I'm tired." And since we've hired Kia Cole, the level of production that has happened in the actual Demo Day experience is fantastic. If you go outside and you walk the hallway and you actually see a lot of the artist renditions of the founders, the artwork, the placement of it, just like how everything is nice and neat, the lighting, it's real saucy. It's real good. I love it. So Kia Cole, we thank you too. Wonder if I'm missing anybody on the external side. I don't think I am. Team, am I missing anybody? Who? No, external. Okay, great. I'm talking about the external team, y'all. I love y'all. Okay, so I think those all of our external partners that have supported Demo Day. Really, really, really appreciate you guys. So as we started this effort again in 2021, and really in 2020, there was a tall guy by the name of Mark Loringer, who I met on Zoom, and the best thing I would say that about that meeting starting off, it was a great meeting, right? But I was just particularly enthused about Mark's office. Like, I love a good brick wall, and Mark had a good brick wall behind him, and we just started we started trading stories on consulting and all that good stuff. Mark generally is never recognized. is never recognized on this stage during demo day. But Mark, can you come up here? Can we clap it up for Mark? Mark's one of the VPs at I2E, our program partner in this effort. When we collaborated in a JV partnership, we jointly raised the fund. But one thing that Mark has done that a lot of people do not see is Mark will always open the door for a founder who is knocking on it and generally leaves it open. And even when he's on a Zoom call, he'll say, hold on, but he'll always will run with enthusiasm back out to consult with founders. The way that you have continuously collaborated and provided guidance and counsel to these founders over the past 3 years, man, I appreciate you. Seriously. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. You are truly a quintessential human that cares deeply about people, cares deeply about process, how people grow, and if they're growing rightly. And that's really helped our founders over the years, man. So I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. All right, now I got to thank my team, squad. Yo, Jordan McNear. I mean, what can I say? What can I say? What can I say? I mean, yeah, what can I say? A lot. I really can. All right, cool. I'll say a little bit. I remember when we first were coming out here, and I remember was this 2020 or 2019? 2020. Pandemic was crazy, right? Anyways, wild times. Anyways, I remember the partnership that we were building out here in Tulsa. And we were at Greenwise. And if anybody's from the South, you know Publix, all right? In the Midwest, y'all know Reezers, all right? But in the South, we know Publix. We were at Publix, their spinoff Greenwise, which is kind of like a Whole Foods vibe. And I remember telling Jordan about Tulsa. He immediately leaned back, crossed his legs, behavior I've never seen before in this man, and says, yeah, I don't really know if I'm up for that journey. And he just went into explaining so much. Brother was having an episode right in front of my face. And I just looked at him and I was just like, what are you scared of? And he got into this quiet pause. We both didn't say anything for like 2 minutes. Like, all right, cool, we'll talk later. I don't know what happened, but I think we didn't talk for 2 weeks. Jordan was like, yo, you're crazy. This whole journey's crazy. I'm out of here. I'm not doing it. But we came to visit. This dude has become a true leader in the community, has become one of the quintessential storytellers of Act House, how we begin to visualize. I'm thankful that I get a chance to collaborate with you on a consistent basis. It's an honor. It's a joy. Thank you for allowing me to use my voice on the block video. Appreciate that. I voice act on the side, you know. But anyways, so we appreciate you big time. Clayton, I shouted you out already. Where's Maria? Yeah. So Maria is our head of insights, guys. She is one of the reasons why a lot of the founders get the information that they need in order to actually think about what type of team they want to craft and design. And that's a lot of the work that fuels us, our human due diligence. So I appreciate you big time, my good friend. Where's Sam I am? Sam. What's up, Sam? Sam came on board with us, a head of engineering, has built out our SaaS platform for human due diligence, but is also working on some new stuff that I can't actually speak to yet because we talked about it. But I appreciate you for going on this wild journey with us, man. Really do. Probably one of the best engineers in Oklahoma. Or the Midwest, rather, you know. But like a thinker, a brilliant person, but really just like a great human. So I appreciate you, man. Thank you for all that you do. Enrique, who is in Atlanta, our head of design. Shout out to Enrique. Enrique works with the product team, collabs on a consistent basis. Jasmine, who is in New York. Whoo! Jasmine, thank you. Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you. Listen, if you were on a list, whether you signed up for demo day or you were on a VIP list, you need to send Jasmine Ahmed a thank you note. She's probably still in the background, like whipping up Airtables. I mean, Airtable queen. Good grief. Moving data left and right, killing it and crushing it. Who else is remote? Boom. Folashade. Shout out to Folashade. As our pre-accelerator was growing, we knew we needed to bring on a program manager. Folashade, who probably is a brilliant mind, but came from the medical field. And came from the medical field. This is where our ACT assessment actually started to oh, this thing really works for real. But, is a true creative, a true techie, but has came on board, has made sure that our pre-accelerator, our 24-hour innovation boot camps have run flawless, crushed it in Miami. Golly, we didn't worry about anything. Crushed it in Miami. It's about to crush it in Atlanta, crushing it in Tulsa. So we appreciate you big time for sure. Alicia, yes. Alicia, our other manager partner at ACT Ventures, all the way from LA. If you want to get on Alicia's good side, just get her a Cicero biscuit. That's all it takes. You can get your meeting. It'll happen, and everything will be great. We appreciate you big time. A new addition to the team. Yeah. A new addition to the team. That's not the cue music for me. I know that. Oh, damn it. Definitely not. Crystal Cruz. So, one, Crystal Cruz is an amazing human being. I think the backside of that applause, particularly from my team, was because Crystal's the one who keeps me in order. And make sure I do not miss a beat. I appreciate you deeply. You have been amazing since you joined the team this year, and it's been a lot of fun. I am trying to think if I'm missing anybody else. Oh, yeah, Blake. Oh. I shot him out in the beginning, so I'm trying to just, Blankenship. So Malachi today did not wear black. Usually we're twins for demo day. I thank Rachel for that, though, his beautiful wife, who keeps him top tier. Like, head to toe, brother be coming in fresh. Coming in with fresh shoes all the time. But I'll say one thing that Malachi always provides our team is a fresh perspective. A fresh perspective. Man, since working with you, sparring with you at a pitch competition, we haven't stopped sparring since. And it's been beautiful. It's been great. I appreciate the work that you've done with these founders in particular. They love you, man. They really do love you. They really do love you. They really do love you. And he's not lying. Like, if they hit him up, he's responding. Y'all know if y'all hit me up, it's about to be a delay. Inbox is flooded. But we thank God for Malachi, all right? So anyways, Malachi, thank you for the great work that you're doing, man. Truly excited, truly appreciate you. I'm trying to think, am I missing anybody else? I think I got it. BIT team, Corette's Family Foundation, Schusterman, George Kaiser Family Foundation, Swank, Bill Cleany Family Foundation. You guys know how much we appreciate you all. This is our last demo day in Notion for Cohort 5. Notion has been very, 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 very good to us. But I think something that's also been good to us is the city of Tulsa and how they've embraced a company that is bold to not only think different and act different and do it at the block at 625. So anyways, we want to thank you all for coming out tonight. There's some freshmen, some hors d'oeuvres outside. For everybody who joined online, we appreciate you all. If you want to get in contact with us, all the information is down below. I'm saying that, but I really don't know. But nonetheless, Bowen, now you can cue the music, and we'll have some fun. So thanks, guys.